Hey everyone, Paul here from Diablo Mobile Mechanic, right here in Danville. Today I want to talk about something I see all the time when I'm driving down Danville Boulevard on the weekend. If you've been down this stretch on a Saturday or Sunday, you've seen it. Cars lined up in front of the high school with for sale signs in the windows. Some of these cars are being sold by honest local owners who just want to move on from their vehicle. But mixed in with those cars are cars being sold by curbstoners, unlicensed flippers, and small lot dealers trying to skirt the law. And that's where the real problems begin. Curbstoning is when someone sells cars for profit without a dealer license. In California, anyone selling more than about 5 cars a year needs to be licensed as a dealer. Dealers are supposed to follow strict rules. They must post an as-is, no warranty disclosure, maintain repair records, and make sure every car can pass smog. Among other things, to be a retail car dealer in California, you need a properly zoned business location, a small office with basic furniture, a sign visible from the street, and a space to display a few cars. But curbstoners don't bother with any of that. They set up shop on the street, list cars as private sales, and sometimes even register vehicles under a spouse, cousin, or friend's name to get around the system. And those folks you see hanging around, what I call the minions, are often unlicensed salespeople working on someone else's behalf. I saw 2 of these guys here last week and the week before, and they're not even leaning up against their own Jeep. I've looked at a few of these cars myself while helping friends and customers. One Honda I test drove had a power steering leak so bad you could smell it before even starting the engine. By the end of the drive, the pump was groaning and the steering went stiff. The seller turned out to be a small lot dealer from Hayward pretending to be a private owner. His sign was literally handwritten on the back of a piece of recycled paper. And this group of people coming up on the right, sitting down in the shade, I've seen them here almost every weekend so far. While on the test drive of this car, the dealer kept reiterating how great Hondas were, and when I pressed him about the power steering leak, he pretended to know nothing. Most of these cars come straight from the auction, vehicles that other dealers dumped because they weren't worth fixing. The flippers buy them cheap, patch them up with low-cost parts, and make them just good enough to drive away. Some don't even invest in proper signage. They just tape notebook paper to the window. If you see the same faces or the same cars parked here weekend after weekend, that's your sign. Legitimate private sellers usually sell once and move on. But curbstoners treat this street like their own private used car lot. One of the oldest tricks is clearing diagnostic trouble codes so the check engine light goes off temporarily. The car seems fine during the test drive, and then a few days later, the light will come right back on. That's why it's critical to scan the car, not just for active codes, but also to check for readiness monitors. Even if there's no check engine light, if those monitors aren't ready, the car will fail smog. In California, it's actually the seller's legal responsibility, not the buyer's, to make sure a car passes smog at the time of sale. But if that seller never registered the car in their own name, which curbstoners often don't do, they can disappear completely. Tracking down the real owner or getting anyone to take responsibility is almost impossible. I used to hold a California smog license, and I was also a licensed vehicle salesperson and used car sales manager at a new car dealership. I've been on both sides, inspecting cars in the service bay and appraising trade-ins in the sales office. I understand the entire process, quite literally, down to the nuts and bolts. I'm Paul from Diablo Mobile Mechanic. I'm licensed by the EPA, registered with the California Bureau of Automotive Repair, fully insured, and I've spent years working in dealerships, both in the shop and in management. I've performed hundreds of used car safety inspections, and I know what to look for and what people try to hide. If you're thinking about buying a used car, especially here in Danville, I can meet you right here on the spot or at your home for a full pre-purchase inspection. I'll check the car bumper to bumper, scan for hidden issues, verify readiness monitors, and pull the Carfax history using my TechMetric shop software so you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. Using my advanced diagnostic tools, I can provide you with detailed PDF reports covering multiple systems, things like a full engine and module scan, TPMS readings with tire pressures and temperatures, battery, alternator, and starter performance tests, and even air conditioning, pressure, and temperature data. It's all part of giving you a clear, documented picture of the car's true condition. Not every car parked out here is a bad deal. A lot of folks are legitimate private sellers, but it only takes one dishonest flipper to turn a good deal into a bad headache. So before you buy, have it inspected. I'll make sure it's safe, legal, and worth your money. I'm right here in Danville, licensed, insured, and ready to help. Call or text me today at 925-4MOBILE or visit DiabloMobileMechanic.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, always get your next car inspected before you buy.